AAA estimates that more than 54 million Americans will travel at least 50 miles or more this Thanksgiving. That's the most since 2005, and a lot of them could be doing it in some pretty rough weather conditions. For more on what the Thanksgiving forecast looks like, CBS News weather producer David Parkinson joins me now. David, thanks so much for joining me.
Sure thing.
All right, what can these travelers expect?
Well, I think the worst thing is going to be the cold, to be honest, if you look at what Thanksgiving morning looks like. But the real concern is that people are leaving earlier and earlier for Thanksgiving week. They're trying to get a jump on things. So now they're saying that Tuesday might be the busiest day. Tuesday is the day where there, I think, might actually be some travel troubles, particularly in the Northeast. You've got a chance at some snow along the I-90 corridor, the entire length pretty much of the Mass Pike until you hit the Boston metro area, all the way up into the Thruway in New York, the Northway up I-87, and then into northern New England. We've got some rain showers in the southeast, not something that they're terribly unable to handle. It's as we move into Wednesday that the shift actually happens so that we look at the West Coast more for weather problems. So the rain that they desperately need in California, although it may be a little bit too much rain, that rain could cause travel delays at air hubs like SFO. Also, I don't know if you've ever driven on the first rainstorm of the year in California, but people just forget how to drive in the rain.
Have not had the pleasure.
No, it's terrible. People forget that you need to leave spaces. And so inevitably you have all these crashes and spinouts and things like that. That could be a problem for your Wednesday. And then Thursday, much of the rain does seem to be winding down in the West Coast. So Thursday is your decent day to travel, but it's your coldest day by far, with temperatures in a lot of places not making it to the freezing mark, particularly in the east.
So it doesn't sound, though, like this weather is going to discourage too many people from traveling. It's just going to be unpleasant.
Yeah, I would say that, no big air catastrophes as far as the weather looks like. We don't have any problems in New York or in Chicago or any of your major hubs, so that's good news. Here's the thing to know, though. We've got all this cold air moving in for your Thanksgiving, and so that's where it's actually kind of dangerous to be outside when you have air temperatures in the single digits, feels like temperatures below zero, but realistically, that's about it.
So specifically the area of California that's been affected by the Camp Fire, could this rain help them?
Yeah. So, well, yes and no. So let's caveat it with that. They could be getting about 4 or 5 inches out of this storm, which is really good news. The problem is that if you get more than a ½ an inch of rain per hour, that's when you can get mudslides. So the good news is in Southern California, we don't look like we're going to hit that threshold for the Woolsey fire. But where the Camp Fire is, you see where those oranges and yellows are on this map here? That is where the rainfall rate, especially when you get the oranges, could exceed that ½ inch per hour. And that's where you'd be most likely to see the debris flows. It also makes things a little bit more complicated for rescuers trying to find remains and things like that. But all in all, in terms of extinguishing fires and stopping new fires from occurring, this is very much welcome news.
Well, thank you so much. A little welcome news amid that frightening forecast. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.